So here's a question for you. If you're a Leaf fan, how far would you go to guarantee a Stanley Cup? Here's a question that was asked of Olympic athletes in Atlanta in 96.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So in 96, they asked Olympic athletes, if you could take a substance now that would guarantee you a gold medal, but had a 50% chance of killing you within 20 years, would you do it? And 75% said yes. So if you're a Leaf fan, how far would you go for them to win the Cup?
Yeah, like which appendage is...
Cut off your, okay, if I said to you, cut off your pinky finger and guaranteed the Leafs win the Cup this year, how many Leaf fans do you think would do it?
I think some of them would consider it. Like, I guess it would turn into a negotiation. Like, how much of my pinky?
Left hand?
Yeah.
The whole hand? No, can't have the hand.
No one's doing the whole hand.
Toes?
But what is that? The old story about...
Toes are underrated.
Big time. You don't know what you got till it's gone, I hear. I've touch wood. Well, there's that story about Ronnie Lott cutting off part of his pinky mid Super Bowl, right? I think it was.
Bobby Clark did it. Bobby Clark had a finger that was kind of it was straight. It was bending, and he couldn't bend it back.
Yeah.
So it was messing up his golf game. So he went to the Flyer doctor and said, "Just amputate my finger." And the doctor said, "I'm not amputating a healthy finger." And Clarky said to him, "If you don't do it, I'm going to cut it off myself."
Oh.
So they amputated his finger, the ring finger on his left hand.
That's heinous.
So what do you think?
Because it was messing with his golf game, exactly. Not because he needed to win another Stanley Cup. Because
how far would Leaf fans go? I don't think cutting off your genitals. I don't think anyone would do that. I don't.
I don't even know how he got to this. How does that question even come up? I don't know.
Well, James Duthie asks questions like that. James Duthie's always playing the or game.
Okay.
Right? Two disgusting things, right?
Sure.
And you have to pick between them. But
right.
But how far do you think Leaf fans would go to guarantee a cup?
I think it was
what if you said to someone, lose your job and give up your job and guarantee the Leafs win the cup?
Yeah. If you hate your job. I mean, it sounds like Mike Vrabel doesn't really have much use for, canoodling with his wife.
His unit, yeah.
Or his own unit, yes. Self-love, for that matter. Forget the love of his wife. It's just a hard one for me to get into.
Is there anything you feel strongly enough about that you would cut off an appendage to get?
No, not even close.
Really?
I mean, I guess to save the life of, my only son and my wife, I guess I probably would. Like, if you're really...
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but in terms of material possessions or just a game, you want to cut off your penis to win a game? Think about that.
Not just any game.
Well, it is.
Not just any game.
That's the thing. The guy's got 3 Super Bowl rings as a player with the New England Patriots.
He's already done it.
He's been on the stage. He's on the New England Patriots 50th anniversary team. He was a Pro Bowler, but I guess as a head coach, he hasn't made his name, and he's thinking, "What's my quickest way?" Well, snip, snip. What would you do?
To be on stage with Springsteen?
There you go.
To play a concert with Springsteen?
What would you play?
Guitar. I'm not very good, but I play guitar.
Could play guitar?
Not well enough. But okay, so I get the ability to play the guitar well.
That's the kicker.
So I get to play with Springsteen. You can have a toe.
You give me a toe?
I'll give you a toe. I'll give you one of my baby toes for that.
You'd have to start doing some research. You need to talk to foot people, hand people. What's the easiest thing to live
I got a toe that's really bugging me. You can have that one.
Yeah, seriously. If you got sort of a wonky toe, man, Mike Vrabel.
I wonder how his wife thinks about that. You
have to believe he was joking.
Right, but he comes home from that little interview, and his wife's like, "I'm sorry, you've been married 20 years, so what? What is that? What's that?
You're tired of me? I'm used up?
What's that supposed to mean, slugger?"
Seriously. That's dangerous territory. That's why you don't do podcasts with people like James Duthie and these guys.
Oh, no. The Rubber Boots podcast is a career-ending move waiting to happen.
For sure.
So...
Because I always thought podcast stuff was supposed to stay in podcasts, and now we're taking podcast stuff and putting it on terrestrial radio.
No, but honestly, Dave, when you think about it, professional athletes do sacrifice body parts to win all the time.
They do.
Right?
They do.
Yeah.
For sure they do.
Willingly or unwillingly. teeth, and they play with broken fingers, and you name it, right?
Well, they maim themselves. I mean, you watch ex-athletes limp around in their 50s, 60s. You watch guys that can't get out of bed.
And they know the cost, right? They know if you take if you take the base of your thumb and extend your thumb, and at the base of it there's a little square forms.
Yeah.
The bone in there is called the scaphoid. It's one of the smallest bones in your body. So a guy, Kent Manderville, played for the Leafs. He broke that bone twice, once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So if you put your palms together and move your hand down, he can only go to like 45 degrees.
Like his no mobility in the wrist or the thumb.
Because the wrist kind of fused.
Wow.
Buddy of mine I went to high school with, he was a great athlete. He was the kind of guy, he could, you had him a squash racket, and 30 minutes later he's beating everyone on the squash court.
Really, yeah.
Terrific athlete, sprinter, everything else. Played in the CFL back when they had the hard AstroTurf. He's had back fusion surgery twice. He's got 3 rods in his back. It's awful.
Yeah, like, look, Tiger Woods is in pursuit of Jack Nicklaus's record. You can make the case, Tiger Woods has given up his back health, right? You mean, talk about spinal fusions and...
How about when John Daly wanted to play with a cart, and because he's got back issues, and Tiger said, "I won the U.S. Open on a broken leg."
Exactly.